at TGS's Five-Axis Fair in the Czech Republic, and Christian Nielsen here started a very successful company in the Czech Republic, and also you're from America, and you've branched the company and the business out to the US as well. So I'm here to find out the differences and where and what is it that they do differently in the Czech Republic. So let's start off with, tell me a little bit more about your business and what you do.
Well, we're an aerospace engineering firm, and one of our most famous product lines is aircraft lighting. So anything that flies has our lights on it, including the spacecraft landing on the moon. That's our core business. It's all about engineering and aeronautical and mechanical and software and avionics. And we've become, in 25 years, the #1 company in the world with business in over 110 countries.
This is incredible. Why the Czech Republic?
Czech Republic to me, well, my wife is Czech, I confess. She runs the company. Thank God for her.
I like the honesty there.
Women run the world.
I like the honesty.
I was attracted to Czech because I think my first job after flying for the Navy was with Apple Computer for 3.5 years. And everybody knows Apple Computer with the expression of "one more thing" from Steve Jobs. But that's not actually true. Inside Apple, the 3 words were, make something wonderful. And I always wanted to make something wonderful, but I always make it for somebody else. And here I found a natural industrial DNA and skill set in the people, a pride in workmanship, and an innate ability to develop very technical things. And aerospace is a technical industry, and there's no room for mistakes.
So tell me more about this DNA that you're talking about. I want to know about the people here.
You know, when people think of Europe, they think that Germany was the industrial giant. But actually the first mechanized nation in all of Europe was Czech Republic. And in World War II, they were the ones that developed the jet engine. And you can see it in the National Technical Museum in Prague on display. And to me, it was shocking. But it also, if you look past just an exhibit to what went into making a jet engine at that time, that's the best measure of the innate skills, the DNA. Everybody here knows how to make industrial things as part of their blood.
You say they build their own houses here?
They build their own houses. They do everything. They're the most innovative, clever people, and they make do with what they have, and they turn little things into great things.
I love this. TGS as a business, they're talking more about not just shifting equipment as a typical dealer. They're far from that now. We talk about adding value added, and getting involved with projects earlier on. So what is it that TGS are doing so well, and why do you think they need to be doing what they're doing? What's happened?
TGS is special because of Pavel Diviš. There's no question in my mind. People misuse the word visionary because they use it too often. But this man is truly visionary for this industry. It's not just his enthusiasm and his charisma and his experience, but it's his vision. And he's a supplier to us. And I come to him with some of my most difficult projects. And in aerospace, they're difficult. And they have to work. Otherwise, people or things happen bad. They get killed. So aerospace is all about safety and reliability. But the requirements are much different than a car, for example, or a power tool in your house. You're talking about things up in the air. And we've come to find that Pavel thinks of innovative ways. It's how he got into 3D printing to make us special kinds of molds for our products. We are big in composites. 40% of my business is composites, making winglets for aircraft. But those composites require very complicated tools. Pavel machines those for us, and it's a unique ability. We looked far and wide to find people who do that, and we have our own 5-axis mills. It's not something we would tackle. With Pavel, I can just say, here's the drawings, and it appears. Perfect, flawless, on time.
So, why would you encourage anyone to contact TGS, and who would you want to encourage to contact TGS?
Look, everybody at TGS is filled with the same passion. He's infectious, okay?
Yeah.
When he visits Aveo, he sees the same in our people. Our companies are like brethren in this, anybody in TGS is an exceptional one to contact. The skill sets here are probably superior to most I've ever met in the entire Western world. And you have to understand, he's making for me parts that are on NASA. They're on stealth fighters. They're on emergency rescue helicopters. They're on police helicopters. You want these things to work, and they have to be special. And Pavel and his team are special.
Fantastic. What was the drink you wanted before this interview to calm your nerves?
I don't have any nerves. I was a Navy pilot.
Okay, yes. But what was the drink you wanted?
I actually don't want Slivovitze, okay? I'm a Jack Daniels Tennessee bourbon guy.
Okay. I should have known. Thank you so much. Thank you.